And it back. Cool. Let's go ahead and, I probably don't even need to make that shape again, and just Control C, Control V. Bring this one over here. Rotate this just a bit. Kind of like so. There we go. Again, make sure that this is at the bottom, so that's behind. This, I don't want to be quite as dark. Let's change that to, use the ink tool or dropper tool, which is I, that color. That's good. Let's put some window in here the same way. So this 2D window, I'm just gonna go ahead and make another pen tool here and fill in the windows. So just want this to be big enough. Fill in the window shape. And let's make it like right about there. And hit V, grab this, and again, this needs to be at the bottom of the stack to go behind in there. And there's just some streaks on the window. Let's deal with that with the pen tool. And so kind of here, I'm going to give mine a little bit of curvature. So like there. About like that. Let's get these a little bit brighter. There we go. And Control C, Control V. Bring this one over here. And I kind of want these to be constrained to the windows there. So let's go to V. We're going to use that shape builder tool again. And then Shift select, and then Shift M. And I'm going to hold down Alt because I want to trim these parts off. So minus, click and drag, minus click and drag, minus click and drag, and it trims it to that shape. And now both of these, let's move them down here. There we go. I want to be able to see through the windows a little bit, and so I'm going to just select all of this and let's dial the opacity down a little bit. Cool. Let's see what it looks like without the background car. Cool. It's going to be about that size. So let's look at that. Again, when I'm doing this, I'm holding down Z, clicking and dragging to zoom in and out, and then H, click and drag. It's really how I do my navigating because it's a lot like using the Alt key in Cinema. And so it's just, my muscle memory transfers over pretty well. All right, let's do the shape tool again for this back part. So here, let's get rid of the car body for a second. Need to get this back tail light, so we'll use this shape builder tool again. Let's come in here and Z, H, P for pen tool. All right, and just gonna say here, here. Cool. I want to make sure this fits the profile of the car correctly. So let's shape build it with that one. So I'm going to turn that back on and then select both of these. So V, and turn off lock the car background layer again. There we go. And V, get both of those, Shift M, and then get rid of this part. So Alt, get rid of that. That's good. Let's come in here to A. This part I want to be rounded, so let's just grab this path. About like that. Let's make this a little bit Let's turn off the body again so we can see underneath. And let's fix this a little bit. Just get the red light in there. So another pen tool. Let's say here, 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 back, and then A for the anchor point tool. Let's make this red. And A for the anchor point tool. Round this out there. Actually, I want, if we go V and grab the whole thing and then hit A, there we have all of them. You can round all of them at the same time. There we go. And this part, let's drop the opacity on that a little bit. More of a gray. Okay, now we need to think about preparing this just like we did the tree. So let's save this first of all. And you know what? We're going to want a shadow as well, a 2D shadow. So we kind of need to do that ourselves. We're not going to be able to use the 2D lights in this way. And so let's make a shadow as well here. So I'm going to make another separate layer and grab the, let's get the ellipse tool and sort of make it bigger. There we go. Move this down, kind of like that. Put it below everything and grab the gradient tool, and the shadow needs to go gradient tool on the shadow there. Let's go ahead and add here. We want a gradient. Here we don't want anything. There we go. And let's select this. Let's look at the gradient on that. And just creating some extra nodes here. So if you just click, you'll get another node. Let's make this one white. Move this out. Make this one darker. There we go. And here at the end, let's go ahead and drop the opacity of the end nodes. There we go. That was on the line, so let's put it on the, there we go. Kind of like that. Click here, bring this one over. Too many nodes now. Delete. here at the end. $30. There we go. All right, let's see how that looks. Come back up. And this whole shape, we got the gradient fading out, but we want the whole shape to be less. So I'm gonna go to opacity and drag that down quite a bit. Just kind of like that. And let's see how that looks without. At the end here, I'm going to make the opacity at the end of the gradient 0. There we go. Okay, now let's arrange this sprite sheet style. So I'm going to put this on its own layer. This needs to be at the top level layer. This needs to be a shadow. And there's car body. Let's add one more layer just for our organization's sake here. Car body color. And car body color, I want to be this, which is essentially the color of the car, and then I think I have the handles in here somewhere. Let's put that one up there. And here, all three of these. Let's select all those, bring them up here. That's great. So now everything that's color is up there. Great. And if I want the other stuff to be on top, I could just put car body color below. Close. So now, let's see. Car body color. Everything else to be on top. You know what else should be on this layer? These guys. The fill in the wheels. I'm going to put those on this one. Here we go. And put them below. There we go. So now if I turn that off, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, why are we separating it out like this? Because I want to make multiple cars in Unity, and this will allow me to have them be different colors. So there's the color. The color of all of these objects, so let's select all of them. Here, here. I made it green while I was working. You know, I could see what I was doing. But in order to color them in Unity, I'm going to go ahead and change it to white so that I can ascribe a color there if I need to. And then also, what else needs to be below these guys here? So things that are below Let's get this one and this one. Can you do this? Can you drag it onto here? No. Here and here. And drag them here. And put these below. And I want to make sure everything's trimmed up. So let's look at this. Let's get this all trimmed up. So I'm going to go ahead again, grab all these guys, Shift M, and let's get rid of that extra bit, not that, that. And there we go. Nice. Cool. Now, let's turn this back on. And let's make sure that this shadow does not have any line, any stroke. Cool. Okay. And these parts are underneath. So all the parts here, I'm making these decisions based on, do they need to go underneath the actual color body of the car? There we go. Cool, now let's break it out. So with this one, the car body, I'm going to put this over here. Let's get all of this stuff. Like so. And get everything under car body here. V. Move that over here. And get the shadow out of there. So again, just doing the same things to make sure I can separate them out in Unity. Right, so think about dragging the actual box around to separate these out. And then I actually don't need to duplicate the wheel because I could just duplicate the wheel in Unity when I get there. Cool. All right, so let's zoom out once, see what we got. Looks good. That's great. So let's go to, let's save as, we'll call this Prius Sprite Sheet Prep. There we go. And then let's make a PNG. Export as a PNG with an alpha channel. And this is Prius Sprite Sheet. There we go. And let's export that to, there we go. Okay. I've made a few other things. I made some mountains. I got a road and a cloud. So the cloud I've been doing the same sort of way. Just use a pen tool. Again, I'll break this into a sprite sheet, but hold down Shift. Kind of like so. And then just using some circles. There we go. And now let's combine this whole thing. So V, grab all the parts, Shift M, and I'm just going to sort of draw a line through here to make sure that this all becomes one shape. And sometimes you get these little parts here. Just gonna zoom in. I had this happen before, where the zoom tool gets stuck in that other mode. There's a shortcut you can hit accidentally to turn it off. Let's go to and it happens, and when it happens, does it... Yeah, it's just per... I'll have to go look it up in a second. Yeah, with the holding down Z, I've done this before, but I forget what the shortcut was. Let's go ahead and file. We're going to go ahead and save as. This will be cloud sprite sheet. And let's export the PNG file. Export as PNG. Cool. And we'll come back to our road. File. Let's go to export PNG. Road sprite. And get our mountain in there. File, export as mountains sprite. There we go. Cool. Let's come back to Unity and get this going. I'll take this and stop the Illustrator part of it.